But we'll go ahead and move on from there. I do want to talk about some of the tournaments that you took part in the past. Starting with Punisher 2, man. I got to watch that firsthand, and it was a trip. That was so much fun to watch that stuff, man. So I do want to ask, what was your overall thoughts on the rule set they used for the Punisher 2 tournament? For example, kills being worth 1 point, and then that Plague Mask extraction being worth 3. Did you like that system, or do you feel like there was any issues with it or anything like that?
I think that, like, don't get me wrong, it benefited me greatly. That's the point system was way better for me than what the next Punisher is about to be. And the reason is because, like the Dill heroes and stuff, the like guys that are just all, 8K PMC kills, that's all they do all day. They're at the advantage that they can do that all day. I'm at the advantage that I spent my entire wipe doing dumb parkour on labs and knowing every spawn and all the rest of it. So now I get to use all that map knowledge, all that timing knowledge and stuff to know I have 10 seconds right now to loot parking. I know exactly where to go. I have 4 seconds right now in managers, and no one has ammo that can pen this glass. So I can sprint for the map. Like there was all sorts of cheesy stuff to do. I think this time, I still had a lot of kills. Like I was still like competitive as far as the kill race went too. But this time it's going to be a lot more of what people actually want to see. It's going to be a lot more punishing. Like you're going to lose a lot more money fast, but like I like it. I think that it's going to be more of the spirit of Punisher to get rid of the mask.
Okay, can you describe the Punisher 3 rule set? I'm not exactly clear on what they changed for this one. Do you know what exactly is the differences?
I don't know all of what's like confirmed or not, but the very basics is that we're going to have more money, more ammo, that we're going to have a little more end game stuff available to us. And what we're going to be doing is on factory, it's going to be 120 with dog tags being worth, I think, half a point and the kill being worth a point and nothing else. So it doesn't matter if the dog tags are, anyone else's dog tags. I don't think like you don't have to have like your own killed dog tags. If you kill one guy that killed someone else, that raid, you would collect both their dog tags and get 2 points now instead of the 1.
Okay.
So it's more about cleaning up the fight than it is about getting a random item on the map and running away. And I kind of fuck with that. I think that's a cool little addition and twist promoting survival, or at least being able to get to those bodies.
I hear that. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess that removes the whole loot lord method, right, of just going for the Pestily mask. Definitely got to watch a little bit of that.
There was a big meta for it. After Australia, everybody realized how impactful it was, and they played it so smart.
I think that's what I noticed too. Like right at the beginning, people didn't quite realize, and then it was all about that mask. I hear that. And we got to bring up one of your key moments, my man. Right at the end of Punisher 2, you had I think it was a 4-player kill streak with Pestily and Dan Giesling like commentating on the stream. I'm pretty sure it was to solidify that 4th place, like right in the last 3 minutes or something, dude. And I thought that was epic. I had so much fun watching that, and I know they did too. You could tell. Could you walk us through what that moment was like for you? And did you know that the commentators were watching your stream right at that moment?
Well, that's
what I'm talking about. Like right at the end.
I kind of knew that they were watching it because my chat would freak out whenever I wasn't really watching chat, obviously I was focusing, but like my chat would freak out whenever I got put on the big screen. And so I think leading up to that, I recognized it was going to be like my last raid. So I was like, I was taking a bong rip, I was taking my breaths. I looked at chat for that moment.
Oh, Pestily got to see that too. I remember that.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
Sponsors.
Yo, for real.
But in that moment, it was just, I don't know. I mean, it's really easy to kind of like put the competition out of your mind when you're just at your desk playing video games, I think. Like, I've competed in front of people for other shit that wasn't video games before that really scared me and stuff, and I really was nervous, and like people were staring at me. It was kind of like, there's like a safety net of the fact that you're in your fucking bedroom doing what you've been doing for 12 hours a day for the last however long to prepare for it. And so I just knew it was my last raid. Like, that was kind of all that was on my mind is like, find the people, find the heads, like, get the shot, like, take the risk to do it because you need it right now.
You definitely found those heads, dude. I think all those were headshots, bro.
That they showed up, like, at all. Like, the fact that the people came to me alone as RNG. Like, there was so much RNG in that tournament that was out of control that just allowed me to win, Like, so much, I got lucky.
Really?
Like, everybody on top.
I hear that. I mean, that's going to happen in a lot of tournaments, but, I mean, still, I wouldn't say lucky is a great way to describe it. You can't get lucky and end up where you ended up. There's no getting lucky, but sure. I do hear you with the RNG when you say that, though. Like, people showing up and getting the right kills at the right time, for sure. But you still gotta be able to have the
Tarkov's
shot.
just not in a competitive state yet.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like you have to hit the shot, but if probably someone else in that competition could have did the job I did in that moment if they were in the position to, if that makes sense.
Heard.
So I knew going into it, and it's the same with the next one, that there's a lot of guys that are really insane at this game that I know I can kill because I've killed them, and they know they can kill me because it's happened before. And it's just gonna it's so interesting. It could happen. We could do the same tournament 20 times and get crazy different results. I bet. You'd see me in the bottom 5 at some point. You'd see Dill Heroes struggle because there's so much. What if you just spawn sewer and everybody else kills each other, and you do that 3 times, and suddenly you're 25 points behind.
I hear that
in the first hour.
I just doubt that a lot, man. Bottom 6 at most. Bottom 5 is
I guess, and I guess I do want to bring up, I guess related to that, I know that, what was it, Big Jake did the strategy of deleting his gamma container or something. What do you think about that? Do you think that was I
didn't hear about that.
How useful was that container in the tournament, I guess? Because the commentators are, Pestily and Dan were talking about it, but I didn't know how useful it actually was,
I think that it only helps to... The only time I would do anything with it is if I needed to in the final moments to produce kits. I would probably sell it, is what I would do. I think that the only strategy around it... Because, everyone had Grizzlies up there and stuff. It was really necessary for the heals. It was a high-risk one. I don't see myself making any moves with it until later in the tournament when I realize the need for it. Because you might just give yourself a disadvantage and have it never pay off.
For sure. That's heard. I guess it was just money that he needed at the time or something like that. But
and that makes sense. That makes good sense.
Yeah. And I guess also to go off what you were saying too, it's interesting. We can kind of see your mindset too, because I was actually a cheerleader here I'm in Austin, Texas right now, but I was a cheerleader here at the University of Texas, and so we'd have football games here, obviously, and with 100,000 people, man, and we'd be stunting and throwing people in the air right in front of all these people, and it's just, what you were saying about being in front of people and stuff. I get nervous. I didn't get that nervous doing that stuff for some reason, but when I hop into Tarkov sometimes, I'm woo, it's just, shit's crazy. So it's kind of interesting to see your mindset when it comes to that, because you're just feeling real comfortable right at home getting on the mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, there's still nerves. There's no escaping it. And that was my first competitive. I played beer league-esque COD Pro stuff when I was a kid, on Xbox. So the MLG circuits and stuff. But that wasn't really competitive, in front of anyone. That was more so just us kind of wagering. This is the first taste of it, and I think maybe in part that's a good thing, because it was a lot easier to just put out of your mind that it's another stream today. And also, the one thing that was easy to put it out is it's the most fun lobbies of Tarkov that you've ever had. It's the most fun 3 hours of playing the game that's ever existed. That completely takes me out of it.
I can bet.
No dead raids, no hackers, no hatchlings.
Oh my.
Must be nice.
And those servers.
Are you saying that it'd be easier for you to start stunting people in your bedroom?
Well, I got comfortable doing it is what I meant, I guess. But I guess that's what Yoinks is saying too. You just got comfortable doing it.
Hope you have a high ceiling.
How did you feel about those servers, by the way? Just really quick, last Punisher 2 question. Those servers that they had, did they feel the same as normal ones? Or
was really bad apparently, but NA wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
I had pretty much the normal experience. There was deaths behind walls and stuff, and it was the hard peek method, and I was wide peeking everybody for sure. But I didn't feel it just felt like regular imperfect Tarkov.
Yeah. That's kind of how it is, how it's going to be.